popping off, boys.
I hope I didn't make you guys feel like I was rushing you in the beginning. I was trying to get into a combat with Jesus still here, but then he left, so it's like, damn it. And this is the map I was taking a lot of time working on.
Oh yeah. Well, we know it's gonna be great when we come back to it, right?
I am excited.
Yeah.
Man, I feel good to be back in that work skin again.
Oh yeah.
All right, dude.
How are you guys feeling? Confident levels of going through this?
I felt good. I just wish that I had an opportunity to get like another spell slot or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the right.
I mean, there may be an opportunity to take a short rest. Short rest is only 30 minutes. You can hole up somewhere for 30 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I've only spent one key point.
Yeah.
I feel good, but I know, he's at half spell slots, and I know Hunter spent his spell slots, so it's like nervous.
This is more Tristan's. This is like Tristan, really. But maybe you could RP you calling to your patron.
Oh, my patron hates me.
Oh. Okay, never
My
mind.
patron hates me with everything in its
I'm
power.
fine. I am fine with. He doesn't hate you, does he?
He should.
He should.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, he has heard about you plotting against him.
He should. He should most certainly hate me. He just can't take away any of my powers.
See, his patron, for the most part, his patron visits him in his sleep.
Yeah.
So it's more, I pull him aside and I talk to him about stuff. But Ryan's patron, he has to drown himself.
Marin's, you mean?
Yeah. Or Marin, not Ryan. Yeah, Marin's patron, he has to drown himself.
Silly boy Marin.
Which is actually hilarious.
I know. Because, dude, legit, like, there's Eli's patron who actively hates him, but fucking still works with him because, like, the contract's still valid. He's still gaining shit from this situation, you know, the souls of the people that Eli kills. But fucking Ryan's patron, Hunter's patron, straight up, first off, false lied, or false, like, what's the word? I cannot think lately.
False life?
No.
Falsified.
He completely lied to Hunter. He was like, yeah, I'll help you save your buddies. I won't make them drown. And so he saved his buddies. And then fucking as soon as they were saved, he fucking ate all of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. he's like, they won't drown, and then he ate them. And then fucking Hunter's like, what? He's like, dude. I mean, obviously it's not like this, but he's like, dude, we had a deal. And he's like, and I fulfilled it to the T. And he goes, now you fulfill your role. And he fucking disappears. And he does not give a shit because it's a Kraken. It's
hilarious. Oh my god.
Legit, Hunter's patron is a douchebag.
Hunter could still kill his patron, right? I mean, I don't know what the stat block of a fucking Kraken is, but
I mean, it's challenge rating like 30 or 25.
Davy Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean can do it, then so can we.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, it just required Johnny Depp on a ship and the Kraken eating the ship.
And wasn't it filled with explosives?
I think so. I think that
challenge
was what
rating 23 is the Kraken. But I mean, dude, Kraken's beast. Gargantuan. Eli, you can kill yours. It's just yours lives in the Shadowfell.
No, exactly. I thought that that's what me and Iodos were planning on doing. Was he's now got that lantern that Dizelle doesn't know, but once we get strong enough, that we can go in there and wallop.
I honestly think you could probably take down your patron. Like, the party could take down your patron probably by level 9.
That would be sick, man.
Yeah.
What is Iodos' patron then?
What is the
Iodos' patron? He is. I won't tell you its name, but I will tell you the pact he made. He is pact of. Wait, no, that's.
Oh wow.
Let me look up the subclasses. I forget what it was, or what the exact word or name is. He's pact of the fiend. And his patron is one of the demon lords. So
what's the challenge rating for
that? Most of the demon lords are well above 20.
Wow.
Like, I think like the lowest is 24. I don't remember. Let me look it up.
What level do we have to be then for our party of like 5 to beat it?
To take down a demon lord?
Yeah.
Like any of the demon lords, it's pretty fucking hard. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I know all the demon lords are in Mordekainen's tome. So Baphomet is one of the demon lords. His challenge rating 23. And I think he would take at least a party of like level 15 to take him down. The Demogorgon is challenge rating 26. I think that would take like level 17 at least. And that's like with magic items and shit. The Demogorgon's a beast. Fraz Urublu is 23. I've never read his stat block, so I don't know what it would take. Honestly, Demogorgon might take like level 19 or 20. Like, its challenge rating is deceptively low, like, for what it has.
Oh, God, dude.
Gratz is another. Yeah, that's his name, Gratz. His challenge rating is 24, but he's more of a I'm going to trick you kind of demon lord. Jubilex, he's just the goo man. Challenge rating 23. Orcus 26. I've never read his, but I've heard it's pretty fucking hard.
If you were to say their name, would you just control them?
Demon lords are different, so I don't think so. The demon lords, they kind of do not care. They're like, no one holds power over me, except for, I guess, Asmodeus.
Who's that?
Zuggtmoy. That's the god of the Nine Hells. He's the deity that reigns over the Nine Hells. He's basically Lucifer.
What's his challenge rating?
He doesn't have one because he's a god.
Gods are unkillable.
Yeah, well, there is one god so far in D&D that they've made an actual stat block for it, and that's Oriel. And that's the one for Icewind Dale. It's the last boss of Icewind Dale.
So do you think the main story is going to be more Eidos based, or do you have something else for your main story?
At the end of this battle, one of two things, possibly both things will happen, depending on some of the choices you make throughout the battle. And what's it called? And also post Paylor stuff with Tommy's character. It will pretty much reveal two more like paths that you guys could go down as heroes.
Okay.
And depending on what you guys choose, that would usher into really what the main point of the campaign is. Eidos is also a path you can go down, but I mean, he's not the only one by any means.
I dig it. So would you consider him more of like a side quest?
No, I would consider it like he would lead to a BBEG fight. I'm not telling you if he would end up being it, if the demon lord he serves would end up being it, or if something else would happen. Eidos is just my most developed character, but
so he's important, but we don't know how he's important.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away about him.
No, don't give too much.
But he legit, like, there are. I have sewn the threads well enough for 2 BBEGs as of right now, and you guys can follow 2 paths, and this third path is about to sew the 3rd BBEG. And if you guys continue to piss off the coalition, a 4th BBEG will appear. And then you guys can pretty much pick which one you want to go after. but you guys wouldn't necessarily know what it is. But you would be like, oh, well, I've done this, and this happened. Maybe that's a bad guy I could kill.
Well, I wouldn't mind like destroying the coalition, but like in the sense of like a side quest, sort of like how like the Imperials fought Stormcloaks. Like it's not like the mean. That's like not the main course, but it's substantial.
No, I understand that entirely. The coalition, they would end up being like a somewhat side BBEG, not a big fucker, just like a substantial doucher.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah,
you've also mentioned doucher. You've also mentioned in the past, like some of the Guru Ken stuff could factor into.
That is true. Actually, Guru Ken, his stuff has been factored, or the thing is about the second BBEG that I've sewn the threads of. One character has spoken to him. I'm not saying who, but one character has spoken to him, and this character, or this BBEG, is the one related to Guru Ken. But I'm sure
it's Bobby.
It's Bobby.
Wait, let's see how clear you meant it. Only one, or at least one?
Only one player character has spoken to the BBEG. And it's been once. But this, I mean, it could end up being nothing because of the fact that if you guys don't choose to go down that path, you will never encounter him. And it will be a thing that will grow for a future campaign. If we ever complete this campaign, which I would love to start another campaign like with the other BBEGs that weren't dealt with, becoming a more sizable threat. Like causing issues in the world more so.
Yeah.
And the third one I'm pretty excited about for you guys to see him, because that one will be fairly soon. And this one's interesting, to say the least.
I'm big hype. I'm ready to get like in a more regular schedule with D&D.
Yeah. I'm very happy with how we've been doing it. Every other Saturday, Ryan and I swap.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see Richard jump into with his game.
Yeah.
I want to play like an evil campaign.
You want to play an evil campaign? See, the problem with the evil campaigns is I feel like they get derailed quick. Because it is really hard to fucking see what an evil person is going to do.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I mean, obviously, like, an evil person can't just, like, go in and kill a random person in the city. I mean, they could, but, like, there'd be so many guards.
Krell hasn't been able to. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, you gotta find a way to be doing evil things.
Yeah.
Did you go to the doctor yet, Ryan? I'm worried about your health.
I actually did went Thursday.
Okay. I know you said you were going to, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, everything was fine. I did so I went for a general checkup, and I'll be honest, I didn't get the answers I wanted to get because I expressed my symptoms to the doctor, and I think it was a situation where you just tell him what's going on, and he just kind of like checks off his list, and then he just disappears.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing nowadays, too, is that like most doctors, they just like, oh, you're sick? Oh, you probably have COVID,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I told him I only have my cough, which it hasn't been like my throat isn't sore. I have no other symptoms. I told him my medical history, which is very brief. I told him about my sinuses, how they're always constricted and they get worse at night when I drive. And they took my blood pressure. They took my, that stuff that they always do when they bring you in for the doctor. That all read perfectly. I think they want me to get a blood screening, which I can get at any time, which is nice. There's no appointment that needs to be made. So I was going to do it right after the appointment, but I had to be back home for a meeting, and the line was too long. So I might get that done sometime this week if there's time.
I put out a vote to see if we wanted to go to Milestone or not, and if we went to Milestone, I was going to make everyone level up 6.
Okay.
And
And pretty much everyone that voted was pretty much ambivalent.
Kit, you know what that means?
New spells.
A young man just learned dark vision, baby.
Hey, that's pretty fucking good, brother. You know what that means? You should try to learn the spell darkness.
We'll see.
Double darkness, double vision, baby.
It also means that my walking speed is now 55 feet.
That means we can make 2 enemy blinds per match.
Oh, the possibilities are endless.
More chaos.
Let me get
it's been a while, hasn't it?
Let me really quick. I gotta
practice my voice. Damn.
I gotta update D&D 5e for game systems.
Okay.
Check for update. Upstep.
Eli, you were talking about like
in the voice of words.
sentences that you use to get into character. What is your sentence for Dizeld?
Khajiit has wares if you have coin.
He has wares. Okay.
Eldritch Invocation. There we go. Now I get to fucking put the one where I get to see darkness.
My world.
Is it? Which one is it, Kits? What lets you see in nighttime? Or super dark?
Devil's Sight, I think.
Devil's Sight. Yeah, you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical. Oh, baby, a triple.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
This place is off the charts.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
Yeah.
What was that from?
It was from
Jesus' little.
Yeah, Jesus.
I remember.
I don't.
I was like a hippie wizard or some shit.
I was a Kenku who repeated everything.
No, I remember. I was like a scaredy cat wizard.
You were a furball. Were you a furbolg?
Yeah. Furbolgs are fucking cool. I could just become invisible for free.
Damn.
Gentlemen, I just gained resistance to cold damage.
Oh, okay, it just launched.
As well as...
I was like, oh no. I was like...
I also have resistance to cold damage.
Who is that?
Unmute your... Oh.
I'm here.
The juice?
Oh, you're real quiet for me, that's why.
Oh.
I didn't even know you were in here.
Alright, but
Well, I am here.
Okay.
I can now talk to fish if I'm fully underwater.
I can also talk to fish.
Any creature that is also fully submerged, I can understand their speech and they can understand mine.
Imagine talking to fish.
Holy shit, I can turn invisible in dim light if I want to.
Are you a gloom stalker?
No, just a
fucking beast of a warlock.
Yeah.
I can now reroll saving throws when raging. I guess that's...
My movement speed is 55 feet.
What does Bane even do? Is Bane the Gabagool or what?
Bane? Like the spell?
Yeah.
It imposes disadvantage on some rolls. I don't remember exactly which ones.
I think I would just choose Lance of Lethargy. Okay. Wait, shouldn't I have 2 attacks per action with
Are you level 5 fighter?
It's a invocation, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to get an invocation.
What invocation is that?
I forget what it's called, but
I think I have it.
It requires 5th level warlock, so you should be able to have it now.
Improved pack weapon?
No, improved pack weapon lets you change your pack weapon to a bow or ranged weapon if you wanted to.
Hold on, let me check mine because I'm pretty sure I have it.
Hunter, is your character level 6 on D&D Beyond?
I'm working on that now.
Okay, cool. Jesus, can you make your character level 6 on D&D Beyond?
Of course I can.
Sweet, thank you.
Although, I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it tonight.
You will get plenty of use. You shut your filthy mouth.
You can use Animate Dead without using a spell slot. Once you do so, you can't cast this way until you finish a long rest. That's pretty sick. How does Animate Dead even work?
I gotta see Animate Dead. I haven't looked at it in forever.
Have you figured out what the frick's going on with the 2 attack?
You get an undead servant.
Okay, it becomes a skeleton or a zombie if you choose the corpse, and I choose... Okay, wait.
It's just either a skeleton or a zombie. If it was bones, it's a skeleton. And if it's a zombie, it's a zombie.
Yeah. I was thinking Ray's dead, yeah. So, yeah.
It's basically like the Steel Defender. Bonus action to command it.
You could even say that Cal taught you how to do it. But actually, no, that wouldn't make sense for a warlock, because you just kind of learn. Yeah.
I'll lose my freaking mind if I don't figure out how to attack two people.
In the journal, currently, I need to make these viewable.
Eli, what are you going on about?
In order to get my second attack, I need to
choose the
right invocation.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The young man does not know the invocation. I might have to buy it.
You might have to. I don't know.
What's everyone's health at?
21.
Okay.
Oryx's is like 60 something.
I'm at 71 now.
71. Jeez.
Oh, damn.
I think that's like literally that's over 3 times my health.
Wait, you have 21 health for a level 6 character?
I have a -2 Constitution.
Oh damn.
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah, but good luck hitting me.
I'm only at 28.
Good luck hitting me.
I have 51.
I have 37 health.
I also have health potions up the wazoo, though. What invocation are you looking for, Eli?
The one that lets me have 2 attacks. I'm a Blade Warlock, so I should have it.
Let me see if I can help you find it.
Yeah, I'm looking too.
Look at that fucking lightning bolt spell.
Is it called Thirsting Blade? I haven't done much research, but it just popped up, so.
That might be it.
I can't wait to zap someone.
Oh, somehow I missed that. I have such a small brain, it's not even funny.
Is that it?
Yep, that was it.
Great, awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. Oh, kids, I can see in the dark.
Oh, Ryan, you're still assigned to Viego.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to playing Viego right now, you know what I'm saying?
No.
I can also summon a shadow spot now.
Do you also hear that fan anymore or no?
No.
Nope, you're golden.
Yeah, you fixed it. That's awesome. Thank you.
Tokens.
Oh, I can learn dark.
Dark fart.
I had to like pull up a whole list of fucking shit I can change into because I've never played a druid.
I straight up have no fucking clue what spell to pick. Do I pick dark?
Darkness? Yeah.
Yeah.
Take darkness. Double darkness. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm here for the memes. Double darkness. Let's see. Darkness.
Yeah, get lightning bolt. Absolutely.
Which bolt?
Lightning. No, lightning bolt. It's 3rd level.
Lightning bolt. What does it do?
8d6 lightning damage.
In a line.
Range,
in a line, too.
In a line.
So anyone behind the target gets hit, too.
I don't know if I have the lightning bolt.
Maybe it's only me. What am I
I think it might only be you.
So this thing popped up on Foundry where it says, it seems like you're using 3D dice for the first time or whatever, and it says My Dice Settings. You can go in and like change your dice.
Yeah. I really like that plugin that Ryan told me about. Whenever I updated it, it told me to do all this. I was like, sweet.
It was just like in my chat log.
Was it Dice Are Nice? Okay. Must be like a new update.
Yeah, you had to. It should be the top of your chat log, guys, if you see it or if you're looking for it.
Okay, interesting.
It's so cool. Poison. Ooh, the poison looks fucking sick.
I'm using I forget what it's called. I'll just roll some dice.
Necrotic is absolute poop dog doo-doo.
I'm using these metal ones. I like how they look.
Well, you can add special effects to your rolls. That's cool.
Earth. Cold. Well, the cold is a nice little blue right there. Mamma mia.
Water.
Ew.
Okay.
Bird up. Bird up.
Bird up, baby. Texture. Cloud texture.
That'd be cool.
Holy shit, dude. There's so much material. Chrome. Font. Comic Sans. Dude, these fonts kind of suck. Poop dog dick.
American typewriter is legit.
Oh, the texture is pretty cool.
I'm just gonna say it.
Name.
I don't like Times New Roman.
I understand.
I'm sick of it.
I think it's overused.
I think it's overused.
This looks badass. Man, it's been so long. I have a tough time trying to nail the works for us.
Remember, if you guys can't remember what you sound like, I think we still have the logs on YouTube, right?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Facts.
Shout out to Richard for still uploading those. That's badass.
Dude, yeah. I see those in my feed every once in a while. I'm like, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, it does.
I liked whoever's dice that were the blue ones. They looked really cool.
Those are mine.
That's cool.
Oh, you have blue dice as well?
He's got like ice on his. Yeah.
I'll have to change mine then, because mine was kind of going for that same idea.
Oh, really?
Look at my dice, Hunter.
Gold.
Golden. I like gold. Ooh, those ones are nice.
Thank you.
They're like metal. You had the metal effect or gloss or
Yeah, I
something?
put metal on. Ooh.
What do you think about those?
Those are sweet.
That's pretty cool.
I made those by myself. I had to hand make each part.
They're like translucent.
Yeah, there's a translucent.
Roll it again,
one.
Eli.
I got you. Hold on.
Oh,
That's
shit.
cool.
That's got
That
the
is
Zell
cool.
vibe.
What was that?
Hell yeah. Wait, did you guys hear that noise?
I heard it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. Dude, Foundry is so good.
How do you roll?
Yeah.
It's way better than Roll20. I'm so happy we switched.
Hell yes.
Just making my own dice right there just brought me so much dopamine.
I want to get better at making these dice.
I am the captain now. Manky.
Manky. Yo.
Hmm.
Aaron be speaking.
So I assume that will be the plan. Whenever Eli gets back, we can just get right to it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm ready to kill some stuff for sure.
I got about 35 minutes left in me.
Jesus, you're ridiculous.
The fact that all these functioning adults are comfortable staying up past 11:30 is ridiculous.
You're a functioning adult, you dingus.
I can't stay up that late.
Yes, you can. What do you have to do tomorrow? Tell me.
I literally am going disc golfing at 9:30
Why are you going?
Okay.
Why are you going there?
Disc golf.
because it's fun. It's nice out.
It's nice out. It was nice today.
It was. It really was.
Fine. I'll allow it.
Thank you, Master.
Don't allow it. You have to stay.
You have to stay. Richard spoke.
My heart can't handle it.
Jesus, you came and now you're like, I have to go. You know how upsetting that is to Richard?
I've been on this since 8 o'clock.
You've actually been on since like 6. You got off for a little while, but yeah. Jesus, stay for one combat.
If it happens within the next 34 minutes, I will.
Jesus. You're out of control.
I know, I'm wild. I'm sorry.
My favorite was that the last game of Hunter's Game where we did the siege on Arness, and Jesus was just falling asleep, and we're like, Jesus, and he's like, no, I was talking to my chiropractor or whatever he was saying. I'm not asleep.
Sleepyhead. It was good
I can
combat.
make a hole in the wall by putting in a secret door. Or you guys destroy it, I can open the secret door.
Secret door.
Secret door.
Secret door.
So, Ryan, what's the point of locking a secret door? Like on this game?
I guess is so someone doesn't just randomly click it open.
Oh, can you?
I don't know. I never tested it before.
I believe that's what it was.
Well, then it wouldn't. But that's the point of finding a secret door.
Yeah, but you could have it as like a door that doesn't actually exist until a certain effect happens.
Well, that would be a triggered door, not a secret door.
True.
Deserono makes me want to cast Magic Missile.
Who?
Deserono.
That's so.
Oh,
Tristan, have you had it? I don't think you have.
what?
Deserono.
What is it?
It's Italian liqueur.
Oh, no, I haven't. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah, you are.
Big
No, I'm not. You're like, yeah, you are. I'm like, what? What?
Well, you don't have to be a big drinker to enjoy a nice drink every now and then.
But I don't.
Oh my god, you silly goose. But you egg. God. Meanwhile, Guru Ken's just like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog running all over the place.
Yes, sir.
I can move 165 feet in a turn.
Can, which is kind of insane.
I can do better.
Jesus.
Mobile is the best feat.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it accelerates the speed.
Scrolls.
That's hilarious.
Blah, 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 blah. Good lord. It just keeps going.
Not my most proud fap.
I
I can do better.
It's like every fourth blub is like combined with the next one.
So you're looking into it too much.
It's just been going on for an hour.
Eli's gonna get back, and this is gonna be like a third of the way through.
I can do better.
Please.
Oh my god.
He's so powerful.
Why does it end in BL?
Bro.
I got confused.
Lord. Yeah, I'm scrolling up on this one, and it's like it is like 2/3 of the like scroll bar.
I can do better.
Magnificent, isn't it?
Blah 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 blah.
Your Majesty's greatest achievement, right there.
It's going so fast, it looks like it's going up. Oh my god.
You can stare at, if you stare at it long enough, you can like mentally switch the direction that it's going in your mind.
Yeah.
You can make it go up, make it go down.
I have an experiment I'm gonna try. I hope it works.
No, you're too powerful. Don't do it. Is that Eli?
Who's there?
Are you back in?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Do we want to just get into the battle because otherwise Jesus is gonna leave without it?
Jesus.
I just got one thing to do real quick.
What do you got to do?
He's going next level.
I'm going
What you
to
do?
another
He's losing his mind.
Go even
Why?
further beyond.
Oh, it didn't work.
Cold fanatic.
I hope that Foundry updates the audio in their next patch.
Is that an issue going on? I never used the audio thing.
Well, so apparently whenever I play music, it like there's a desync between me and you all. So what I hear is playing first compared to what you guys hear.
That's a nuisance.
So that
Have you
kind of
reported
ruins
that?
the. What's up?
Have you reported it specifically or no? Like as a
Record the
bug?
music?
No, the bug.
Oh, I haven't reported it now. I'm sure other people have.
All
You
right.
can test it before next time if you want to just like throw something up and then be like, we'll time it, set a timer, and then you kinda can
See
get a
how long
feel
the
for
delay
it.
is. Yeah.
You know, if it's like 60 seconds or 90 seconds or 30
Because I like
seconds.
using like music at the right times to like elevate tension.
Yeah.
And
yeah, for sure.
I hate it when like I have a specific live dialogue I've written or part of like a description and the music just doesn't time it right. Oh, Tristan, have you made that like little patchwork for your character in my campaign?
Patchwork.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Yeah,
I have not. No. I've been swamped with prep for this one. I should be able to have it prepped by your next session.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Or
no. I should be able to finish my character. Maybe not in your next session, but the session after your next one. I should have him finished. And you have no idea how excited I am for that fucking combat. I'm like, these guys look crazy. I want to see what they can do.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
Honestly, I'm really scared.
I'm scared too, but like, I'm so hyped for this fight.
I don't think that there's much that I can do against them.
Yeah.
Except maybe like Toll of the Dead and Magic Missile. And it's going to be tricky for me to like protect the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Old Fig dies, it might be this session.
If who?
Old Fig ever dies, this might be one of those times where this might happen.
Nah, dude, you're too smart.
If you die,
I don't know.
You should make an evil character.
I want to protect them with my life.
So then I would have no answer.
And I'm not very like capable of protecting them in this situation. If it was like humanoids, I could F them up.
Or
I'm scared.
You don't have to worry. I got our boomerang.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Eli, I want to pull you aside for a second. I want to tell you something.
Okay. Oh, this works out great because I can talk to Ryan about something for us. Okay, that works.
No, but I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'm gonna go pee, but pull me aside. I'll be back.
Okay, Richard, message in general whenever you're cool with us coming back.
Yeah, that's fine. It shouldn't take very long. So, I like it. I want to make some changes though, because there's not really going to be a merchant who comes into town selling slaves, especially like with such a small area. Right. There's only one person rich enough to do that. So what I was actually kind of thinking was either option A, which was my original gut instinct, but I actually think I like my second one better. So option A is we just say like this is your first kill, you're getting into it. I like the you're kind of killing bad people thing. So I don't know how you would actually fit this into option A, which is why I'm not liking option A as much, but like just, a random person in the town or whatever and you're getting into it. Option B, which I kind of like now, is your first kill is on the son of the owner of the mine, who is his only like birthright inheritance type thing. And because the issue with him, so there's a lot of dwarf and human like animosity to some degree, like brewing, and doing that to him, you could start to kick that off a little bit. It's up to you how much you want to be like revolutionary spirit and all that. Obviously, like whatever level you want is fine. But the reason for that is instead of selling slaves, he keeps bringing dwarves into the town in order to work the mines. But if you look at my map, the miner housing is really, really crappy. There's like no vegetation over there. It's just like a flat bed of rock. That's like really crappy homes, and he makes them pay for the homes up front, and then work off their debt in the mine. So like he provides for their family poorly, and then lets them work off their debt. So it's kind of slavery,
right? They're like forced into it, but that like he doesn't own them, but he quote unquote
he basically owns them. Yeah.
Okay, so he's a human, is that right, or is he a dwarf?
He's a dwarf, and so he originally wasn't going to have any kids, but I actually like the idea that he has a son who is somewhat, much older than the party. I mean, he's an old guy, so then his son would probably be, 50 or 60 as a dwarf.
Okay.
And if you kill him and do basically the same thing, you can still cut up in multiple pieces and have his parts hanging with prices carved from the flesh. Mm-hmm. And at first I didn't like the idea because the only temple is that temple of Doomthorn in Ula. But like, I say go for it now at this point. Like I've thought about it more. So.
Okay. Well, I only did that because it fit with the merchant theme. So I'll think of something different that like melds well with the whole mining and like quote unquote slave owning.
Okay.
And like you already know, like I'm not gonna do anything to the party.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
This is purely just to explore like what a serial killer would be like.
Yeah, but do you like the idea of killing the son of the owner of the town?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll talk about this story again. So our first D&D campaign we ever played, it was Jacob's campaign, and we had a buddy named Josh who he didn't play as frequently as we did, but he was still like coming to every other session or so, and I think it was his first time playing D&D as well. But he did something that we never saw coming, and he was like doing things like buying slaves that to use for our aid in fights, which was a smart idea, like tactically, because we have more numbers, which means better odds. But
turn advantage,
yeah, but
it doesn't matter if they die, yeah.
Exactly. He trained them and whatnot, and it was kind of like his own little goon squad. And what ended up happening was we were at this like shoreside town, and to the south there was also another smaller town. It was like a little farming town, and we got a report that the town was wiped out. And so we went to investigate the town, and it was like the whole, people were slain. It was ransacked, and so we went back to the shoreside town to get answers. Well, we couldn't really find any answers, and we went back to our keep, which was just a little bit in the woods away from both towns, to try and like strategize and like figure out what's going on. And we saw the cart, or a cart, or multiple carts that had like the the ransacked goods from the other town. And so we were trying to figure out, like, what the hell, who did this? And turns out our ranger, our buddy Zane, he ended up doing a perception check to discover tracks that led from our keep to the town that was ransacked. That was a group of, like, the same number of people that Josh and his, like, hired goons were. So we ended up having a confrontation at the keep with him. And we were like, did you ransack the town? He was like, yeah. And, like, we had no idea this happened. This is, like, well over a session of, like, him going, like, doing secret things and stuff. And so, like, my character ended up dying in that fight, but I didn't have a problem with it because I thought it was so cool that he was able to set up this, like, own little narrative that completely changed the dynamic of the group. And that was something that, like, we hadn't really had before. So I want to try and do that this time and see how, like, what we can get away with in terms of, like, the party unraveling this mystery of, like, who's doing this, you know. Could it be one of us?
Yeah, and I like that, and I think that, like, right off the bat, I don't think there's going to be anything that is going, you know, at least, you know, even through the first 4 games, is even going to point to you. And it may take a little bit for people to catch on, like, hey, everywhere we go, there are bodies showing up. And even then, they may not think it's you. I think right off the bat with the first one, so, like, talking it through without obviously giving you away too much, I think that, like, in the first session, I was originally going to have it as, like, she's just like, oh, you know, there's not much going on. There's never much going on in this town, blah, 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 blah. And so she's kind of going into that meeting still with that same mindset. But now it's like, before the game occurs, you know, over that night, this murder occurs. So now she's like, and she'll take you to, and I like the idea of the, you know, I actually like the whole idea entirely, just with that small change of who the person is. Because I like doing it in the temple, because it, like, gets you guys over to the temple, and then you can meet more characters that way. And, like,
because then we'll investigate.
Yeah, to some degree. And even then, she'll, you know, sort of tell you, because it's not your job to investigate necessarily. You know what I mean?
Right. Who's the she, real quick?
Oh,
if anything, I would love to see someone act like an investigator and actually sabotage it.
How long have you been in here? This is secret. How long have you been in here?
About 2 minutes. I'm driving home.
I feel you. Let me finish this conversation. We'll pull you back in. Is that all right?
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Sorry, Tommy.
Oopsie.
So who's the she?
She is the governess of the town. The person that you're going to go meet. It's in that. I think it's in that packet that I sent.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I read through it. I'm gonna go through it again.
Yeah, she's in charge of the town. She's a human that years ago. This is just backstory stuff. That's fine. Years ago, she made a treaty with a nearby kobold herd. I guess, I don't know, tribe. And then that's, you know, what gave her the clout to then be elected the governess, and she's been the governess for this amount of time. She's married to a dwarf and has kids with a dwarf, who is the blacksmith. But
is she a human?
She's a human, yeah.
Okay, so the governess is a human. Her husband, who's a blacksmith dwarf, he is the one who owns the mine. Is that right?
That is incorrect. There's another guy. Okay, so this is let me pull my thing. This is Chantal Blythe is the governess. She's married to Vermum. We'll just call him Vermum because it's his first name. And then there's another guy who is Thrukill Bolbordair, who owns the whole town and owns the mine.
Okay. And
so this would be Thrukill Bolbordair's son, heir to the Bolbordair everything.
Okay, gotcha.
And so this would naturally stir up the town anyway, which is what I'm planning to do to some degree. Obviously, depending on how you guys go about stuff and all that. But the big thing is that, like, he's not a good guy. So this would actually be kind of perfect. He would be the closest thing to a person that is selling slaves.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good to me. That's fair game.
Cool. Yeah, and if you any details you want to add to that, but I like the idea of having it still be in the church and stuff because it's so tied to the community.
Right. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
And even then, it would just be the first, like, you know, maybe even the first hour of the day where you can kind of go in, they all talk to them, and then she's just like, you know, she's flustered because she wasn't expecting this, that kind of thing. And you can be tied into the thing because it's like, well, you're the son of the physician, and so you're trained in like medical examination. So you can even,
Yeah.
I want to make a medicine check on all these things. I'll pull you over and be like, hey, how you doing? And I'll go back over, and then you can say basically anything you want.
Yeah, that's what part of it excites me, because then I can like steer the party in directions that they just wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, it's cool because they can still figure it out. They just need to ask the right questions and be, I guess, kind of lucky with their perception checks. I don't know.
And I think too, in the beginning, it will look like, because there's other things going on. That's not just this in the town. There's other things going on in the town, so it'll be hard to differentiate. Like the murder you do will pretty much probably be pinned on the villain.
Right. Okay.
That is actually causing chaos and doing damage to the town.
Okay. Oh man, I'm really excited for this little campaign, dude.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. And then, the second session. Really good. Thank you. The second session is mostly a dungeon. Without giving too much away. And then the third is either depends on how that second session ends, and then by then you'd have more opportunities to do things. And if you decide not to do anything, that's good too. And then eventually we'll leave. You can find more bad people that you want to kill, or something along those lines.
Excellent. Awesome. So as far as backstory, let me pull up that sheet real quick.
I think that, obviously we can discuss right before the game too, because it would look fishy if I don't discuss anything, obviously. But
yeah,
I think perhaps your parents are the town physician and the owner of the apothecary together, and like your mom runs the apothecary and your dad runs the. And obviously, any changes you want to make.
I was thinking about being like an orphan to them.
Okay.
Like they adopted me.
Isn't that what you said?
It would make more sense for my character to behave that way. Yeah. It's like
then
Dexter
I can
Morgan
stick
from
with
Dexter.
it. Yeah, then I can stick with it, and your mom can be a gnome.
Yeah.
Because I was originally going to have the herbalist be a gnome, if you're fine with that. And then I guess your father would also be a gnome, but you're a human or whatever.
That's perfect, because like knowing how to use poisons and know how to like do medicine was exactly what I was going for. Like very subtle ways of like killing people.
Your parents were killed. Your biological parents were maybe killed in those aforementioned raids by the kobolds. And so that would even give more sympathy towards you from Chantal Blythe, that you're not a murderer because your parents were killed by the thing that she tried to stop.
Right.
Like the raids weren't successful to any degree, but they were successful. I mean, they killed people, but they weren't like the town never lost a battle.
Yeah. So parents died in a kobold attack. 2. Father is a and
it was 20 years ago, so that would put you at roughly the whatever age you want to be,
Yeah, I wouldn't be 20.
So if you're 20, then that's maybe you were 1 when it happened, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So my adoptive father is a physician.
Yeah. Do you have a last name?
My mother, it's the character's name is Ted Rex Garman.
Garman, spell Garman.
Garmon.
Cool. Yes. And I'll probably have them have different last names or something, but you can keep your.
So my adoptive father is a human physician. Is that right?
No, I think he's going to be he'd have to be a gnome also. If she's because it's weird that Chantal and Rumum are married. They are an example that dwarves and humans can live together very nicely. Mm-hmm. And he's really well respected.
The blacksmith.
He shouldn't be, even though he shouldn't be, because he married a human, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You're not going to see a lot of cross-racial relationships.
Right. Okay.
Because I want that one to be more emphasized in its uniqueness. Because they have, half dwarf babies. Adult humans babies.
Okay, so we know I am 20 years old at the start of the campaign. So we're in the right age range. How we ended up this town, we just covered that. I was born here. Parents died in a kobold attack. I'm adopted by a gnome physician and a gnome herbalist. Or Is it herbalist or apothecary?
A herbalist would work at an apothecary.
Okay.
So they own an apothecary, but she would be a herbalist. So if she's more into like plants and medicine, whereas he's into like humans and medicine.
Perfect. All right. Apothecary. my character's occupation. My occupation is woodworking. Yes, so like with the woodworking stuff, I wanted to disguise, like, you know how Dexter Morgan in the show disguises his work as being a forensic analyst?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm going for here. I want to do like woodworking because that requires precision with tools, and I wanted that to be like my reason for why I'm good with, like, doing it to these bodies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so like your day job then could be, you have all this information because you're raised by the physician, but you also are working at a woodworking shop. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm in the pamphlet. They are giving, so you get starting equipment, but then you also get you're also going to get roll for gold because it's like you've been working for a while.
I took the guild
your whole life.
I took the guild background so I can get the extra gold and the woodworker kit or whatever it's called.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So got occupation down. Who are the parents? Got the parents down. Did you say you already have names for the mother and the father?
Yeah, I'll figure them out.
Okay.
It's part of the town. I haven't built it yet, but because I wanted to solidify some stuff with this.
Okay. Now, why did the character sign to be a volunteer constable?
I think that this is the easiest question for you. I mean, I think to some degree, like, young people in this age are expected to volunteer for this. You know what I mean? Just as like a town service and like a part of being becoming a man in some ways. But I think that your added experience with the thing, and you maybe even you don't even have to have been signed up for this necessarily, because we can fit you in as, your father sent you to come take a look at the body, or something along those lines, if that's what you wanted. Or you could be a part of the task force. I mean, eventually you just be with the party, so it doesn't really matter how you get there.
Okay, so I'm just going to say I was signed up for the volunteer constable because it was slightly expected of me, but I'm also very useful at examining bodies, and I am particularly perceptive.
And with this small of a town, there's not really murders,
Yeah.
So there's not, especially so this is why I really want to emphasize that it maybe is your first attempt at it, because it's if there was like another murder like 2 weeks ago, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there'd be a little more edge around it. It wouldn't be as impactful to the characters in the town.
Right.
And especially just right off the bat, going for such a notable figure.
I'm thinking that, like, by signing up for this as well, this will give me experience, like, if we need to find bodies. This will give me experience, like, the do's and don'ts of killing people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty exciting.
And also, looking at your inventory and stuff, it wouldn't be unreasonable that you wouldn't have a healer's kit.
Yeah, exactly.
And that doesn't require proficiency, so helps keeping people alive. I want the combat to be tough, but I don't really want a lot of deaths.
Yeah,
it's balance.
Exactly. Yeah, this needs to be fun. I chose a rogue, which I felt would be the best fit. I was originally looking at like a wizard who was in necromancy, but I realized starting at level 1, that's gonna be really tough when I have 0 constitution.
Yeah.
And I think this will fit my character overall like much better. My perception is off the charts.
Your wisdom and your intelligence are going to need to be high just for what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Between just like being smart to know the information of like the physician side of things, but also being wise for medicine.
Exactly. I wanted to make sure I hit the intelligence and wisdom because of just for that reason you just said. Get the perception high because, like, being the person that this character is, he has to be able to like look at the like crime scenes or whatever and like take note of things others wouldn't notice.
And with the
be sneaky.
Yeah, and with the max of having the max out stats, it gives more flexibility to have like more higher mid-tier stats.
Yeah. Oh, did you say we can use Tristan's point buy as well?
Yeah. Okay. So long as you don't have an 18 in anything.
Okay, I'll play around with the stats a little bit more because I use the regular point buy.
Yeah, the way I wrote it in the pamphlet is rolling stats is acceptable, point buy is preferred. Tristan's point buy is even more preferred.
Okay, cool. I
love Tristan's. I love Tristan's point buy. Yeah, I like lower stats.
Yeah, it makes sense. It helps reduce like your character being
a gold star for anyone that has more than one negative stat.
Yeah, I love that. That was really good. Man, the whole mid-story idea, that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, and it just comes from like something Tristan said a while back about something was like the first few levels really kind of are your backstory. You're like creating your backstory.
Yeah.
Because like being just a level 1 person is basically the same as being a commoner. You just have a specialized speciality. So you're obviously stronger than a commoner. Yeah, I'm talking about the stat block.
Yeah.
But you're coming from that, and obviously like you still have room to like decide origins, but not necessarily backstory.
Right, because this will be the backstory,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's like, if there's a 6-month time jump between the first 2 games, a little bit can happen, not a lot, obviously. And then there's, the third game's probably be pretty close to the second game. And then after that, you guys go your separate directions, go learn from other people, go find other things to do. And then you all get together for whatever reason to go on your level 5 adventure,
A little family reunion. Hell
yeah, I'm sort of breaking it up. In my head, I'm sort of breaking it up into chunks of 4. Sort of like 5 chunks of 4.
Okay. Like 4 little time skips.
Yeah, the 4 levels in one general area, and then like a somewhat larger time skip, and then 4 more levels kind of spread out still in that same sort of like maybe every couple of years or something like that. And obviously the time skips will get bigger in between levels at higher levels.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I think the only thing I have left to mention is I think like if I'm with the party, I kind of want to hide the fact that I'm a rogue, even though like meta wise, I'm pretty sure that.
I mean, if you bonus action dash, they're gonna know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, if your personality has a plausible reason why you are a rogue, then they won't question it.
Yeah.
If you can fill in enough personality-wise, because a rogue could really be anything. It's not necessarily an assassin or a thief or a,
Yeah.
It is, but,
I kind of want to roleplay it where, like, I'm not doing rogue things in combat to make them think I'm, like, a fighter or something. Or maybe even, like,
It's tricky, too, though, because, like, if you think, like, well, why is he never action surging, Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. And that, I think, would add more to the mystery.
And if you just sort of emphasize...
That's something they just won't pick up on.
If you sort of emphasize, too, just, like, maybe the sneaky qualities as opposed to, like, dark murderous, and even if you use, like, a sneak attack in a battle or or a cunning action in a battle, and even if you kill someone in front of the party, that doesn't make them think that you're, a deranged person that's cutting up body parts and leaving it at a temple.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, dude, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I think it'll be good, and especially like with, like I said, with the first session, it's like it looks like this is coming from me when it's not coming from me.
Yeah, and that's what. Oh, it's gonna be great because then they won't know it until there's a moment.
And you can, I mean, and obviously, them finding out is determined on like sloppiness on your character's part, and you can determine how sloppy and when.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, we're gonna roll for that, but are we gonna play it as in like? Do you expect me to come in with a list of things that I want to have done to prepare, and then you're gonna try and poke at it?
Yeah, for sure. I think that with you, there's options of like, hey, Richard, then pull me aside real quick, and I'll pull you aside real quick, and you tell me some stuff, and I'll fit some stuff in. But for the most part, especially with the time jumps, you would have to have some degree of stuff prepared beforehand.
Right. Okay. So, like, when you say that, if I would have killed anyone, how would I have done it? Stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. And it's a very general, what I'm saying right now is very, very generalized. It's not very, like, specific, because I don't have specific things. Obviously, it's all situational. So, like, coming into the first session, I'm saying, obviously, specifically, we have to figure out this so that it can be, like, almost a hook into the game.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, it won't apply in the second session, probably, and then stuff like that. But then, eventually, it's like, it'll, I don't know how to exactly do it because we haven't gotten there yet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good. All right, if you have anything else to add, I think I'm done.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll go ahead and pull everybody back in.
Sick.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Land of Living.
So what's happening, gentlemen?
Not much.
I'm about to go to bed at
I
work.
was legit going to go to bed before you
Is
got
the
on,
session-
Tommy.
Yeah, is the session over?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Andrew just got tired. We're talking about, I think maybe not this coming Wednesday, the following Wednesday. We pushed it back. But I'm starting a campaign, Tommy. I don't know what your Wednesdays are like.
Summer's starting next month for me. Just a bit over next month. I think in like 4 or 5 weeks. But after that starts, I'm gonna have a lot more time on my hands.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I went ahead and I posted. And I'll text you reminders. I'll be like, hey, like if you can play, you can. I put out 20 levels and 20 games. That's what we're doing. So I'm gonna do, one game is level 1, the next game's level 2, the next game's level 3. So I posted just sort of my stuff for level 1. And if you can't make the first session, you can't make most of the sessions, that's fine. Just whenever you want to play, love to have you.
Yeah, I'd love to. Can I make 20 characters, 20 levels?
I'm gonna say no.
Darn.
I'm just like, what? You just, instead of making a token for his character, you just make a token that says T.
Yeah, it's just Tommy and then
T for
whatever
Tommy.
he is. No.
Oh my god, I just thought of a way of making that work too. It would be a druid. He would have to be a druid, and he'd be a shapeshifter. And every time he shapeshifts into something, he forgets what his original form was. So now he just assumes that this is his permanent form.
Oh my god.
This is bonkers.
Permanently stuck.
Short-term memory lost shifter.
No, he just doesn't have memory. It's like a Kenku. It's like a Kenku with language. Except it's this druid and shapeshifting.
I gotcha.
Because a Kenku forgets everything that was said in, 30 days?
I mean, in reality, there's no...
Really?
All it says is mimicry, and it doesn't have any limits.
Yeah, I think it's just they only repeat things they've heard. I think they can remember it forever.
Yeah. In my world, you have to... In my world, you have to use... I think it's the last week of knowledge, but if you have the keen mind feat as a Kenku, you can say anything you've ever heard.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think of the shape-shifting idea? I mean, because I think that would work in your game, Richard. Because by that logic, you would end up with a character at 20 different levels. Like a different character at each level for 20 levels. It would all come down to the same personality, just in different forms.
I mean, it would be the same character, they'd just have different personalities.
Yeah.
Sure. I trust your creativity, Tommy. I guess my only restriction on that is don't make a new character for every level. At least have it be the same character.
Because you do want progression for the characters, right, Richard?
Yeah. I mean, the whole campaign is going to last, 60 years or something.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So it's there's a lot of time skips in between games. It's not just a week, I'm now level 20, It's what I say in the packet. What I say in the packet is you look at a campaign that's in their life, it's we're going from level 1 to level 20 in the span of 5 years in game. As opposed to this, which is more it's fewer games, but you're getting a full life out of the character.
I like that. I appreciate that. Because, especially if you have, human characters, they age.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to put debuffs on the older character?
No.
Could I perhaps... I have a question. I know... What's funny is turtles. They actually live fairly short lives compared to being a turtle.
I think you would be a anomaly. You would be you're at level 20. You're this turtle that's lived, an extra however many years. I think that would probably affect your age starting too. Or it's instead of being a 20-year-old human, you would be maybe. A goblin is mature at age 7 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe towards the end of the game, or Taunt could have passed on and had taught his son everything.
Yeah, I could get on board with that.
Yeah,
Oh
and his son's finishing the fight. Master Chief.
The best idea.
Huh?
I'll go
Tommy. Don't do that for every level, Tommy.
No. The Joestar lineage.
Hell yeah.
He's got a lineage.
Jojo.
I need to finish making your taunt.
Because it starts off with what was it, Joseph?
Yeah. Jonathan. Jonathan's the first.
Starts with Jonathan, and then it
Then
goes
Joseph.
to Joseph.
Yeah.
And then it goes to Jotaro.
Yep.
And then it goes to Josuke.
Yeah.
And now we're at Giorno.
Yeah. And then isn't Jolene next?
I think so. I haven't gotten.
Can you two-hand a mace?
No. It's not restored.
No.
You have to two-hand my cock.
How dare you, Tommy?
Yeah, but that's just because it has the heavy property.
Taunt's holy symbol is going to be on his shield. Wait, does he get his shield? I don't think he does. Never mind. He does not get a shield. It's going to be emblem.
What is Urtaunt's?
No, relic.
Have you put any thought into that?
I was thinking Paylor. Going right back to Paylor. He was coming into town to try and...
Yeah, you just have to find a way to... Whether you want to come in with the traders or have been there and liked it and stayed or something like that.
I was thinking maybe so like he's been in town for how long?
However long as you want.
By first session.
If it's the traders, just one night. If it's, you came a while back with maybe a previous trading party and just stayed because you liked it. Whatever you want.
I'm thinking maybe he came a while back. And he found a spot
Juice,
that he really likes.
Juice said that he wants to have come in with the traders. So, I like the idea that somebody else came in with a different party of traders, and stayed for a while. So it's not just half the party was born here, half the party came in a day ago. It adds some dynamic to it.
I'm thinking this is nestled up in the mountains, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm thinking I don't shoot it down if you don't like it. I was thinking maybe Taunt came in 20 years prior to this or something. He could be in his 30s or 40s. I don't know. But whenever he was here, he found a small area on a landing of one of the mountains, easily accessible area where he noticed the sun is at its brightest in that point.
Yeah, so just a little mountain,
set up
a little
shrine there.
One of the hills in the it's sort of separated geographically. There's the Outstone Mountains, and there's also the Outstone Highlands. And so the Highlands are basically, this town is right in the middle of both. So on one side it has the Highlands, and the other side it has the mountains. And so if you're just on the other side of that river, you're still accessible to the town and all that.
Okay. I was thinking he would set up a shrine there and pretty much live in a camp right there. Yeah.
A little hut.
Okay.
Anything you want.
Yeah.
You talking about your character?
If it's ever raining, he just goes into a shell.
And then by that,
I think he can breathe water.
Your reason for joining the volunteer constable patrol is that you just maybe want some human interaction or some spend your time in solitude or something something along those lines.
What's a Yikawa?
Hiwa?
Hiwa. Is that?
I think it's either a sword or it's that club thing that has a ball in the middle. You know what I'm talking about? It's one of those two things. I'm
looking it up. Yikawa.
Yeah, it's just either it's sort of a daggery.
Yeah, it looks like a dagger, or
is it almost a mix? Is it a mix between a morning star and a knife?
No, it'd be more like a mix of a spear and a dagger.
Yeah.
Or then I'm seeing other pictures too. There's this thing that looks kind of like that. It's more of a bludgeoning thing. In 5e, is it a? Maybe if I Google 5e. 5e, it looks like
very,
but a dagger or a martial arts scythe.
Yeah.
Or a spearish thing. There's a lot of inconsistency. There's one that's just a full-out spear. There's another that's more of a daggery thing. And there's one that has a really long handle and a short blade.
This one says Yikawa, I can't say it. 3-foot wooden shaft with a steel or stone blade up to 18 inches long
Hey, don't talk about my penis like that.
Deals this much damage. Costs
So
one.
a dagger with a long handle, really.
Yeah, and it can be thrown.
More like plopped.
Though
What's
it's
the damage
not.
die?
It can be thrown up to
6,
10
right?
feet.
What's the damage die? It's a 6, right?
We got 1d6. It's
So
a
it's just
little
a-
bit stronger of a dagger.
Improved
No,
dagger.
it's 1d8. 1d8 piercing.
8. Son of a bitch.
It's actually pretty good.
Better than a scimitar, yeah.
You can't throw it too far, but you can throw it. You can throw it. It says range 10 to 30. So 10 feet without disadvantage, 30 with.
Yeah. Things to think of too. One of the things I was saying to Ryan was that I'm having you guys. This is in the packet. Having you guys do starting equipment, but then also you can roll for gold because you've theoretically been doing something for your life. So you have money saved to some degree. And obviously, if you're a hermit, maybe you have less because of that, or something along those lines, or maybe you are part of the fishing. You're part of the fishers. Mm-hmm. Fishing is prevalent in the area, stuff like that. Kind of determining, if you like the sun thing, determining if you have him now or if you have him later in life, and that could be one of the things. At level 12, you all get back together. You haven't seen each other in 4 years, and you're sitting around the table, and you're like, "Oh, I had a son."
Yeah, I can
and then
bring
that
it
way,
up
if you then die at level, die of old age in between 15 and 16 or something like that.
Yeah.
Your son can be like, "Oh, I got the message."
What's it called? I do have a shield, so I'm gonna get an emblem as my religious thing, or not emblem, holy symbol, and it will be on my shield.
I think dwarves would be a little more side-eyeing you than humans, because I feel like the humans in the area that go for Ula are going to be a little more open-minded to other religions, as opposed to the dwarves, who are fairly concrete.
Yeah,
set in stone.
Like in Faerun, they're usually pretty set in their ways. In Faerun,
and I've told Ryan this too, but knowing kind of living in the area for a while, you guys kind of know that there is a little bit of tension between humans and dwarves. The governess of the town is I always struggle with the first name off the top of my head, but it's Chantel Blythe, and then she's married to a dwarf who's the blacksmith Rurmum thing. So,
I gotcha.
They're an example of the only interracial couple in the town, if you will.
Okay. I need to pick a picture for her taunt.
Helm with helm. That's what it is. Rurmum with helm.
I got -3 to my initiative on her taunt. Healer goes
nice.
last.
It's
that. Actually pretty good, because as a healer, I can see what's happened at the end of the turn and be like, all right.
And you look at this last battle we just fought. You know what I mean? You could have potentially done something to help Eli out. Yeah. You have any thoughts, Eli, on what you're thinking for your character?
Well, that dude is asleep.
Passed out.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if he's in on it. I don't know. He's really anal about not playing a human.
Yeah, he can play anything though. That's what I said.
Not playing a turtle.
Oh.
Yeah, I've said he can play anything, just so long as there's a reason why he's there. That's one of the things I kept saying was that specifically keeping that in mind, because I knew that he can do whatever he wants. I was even talking about I gave the example of he could be because he's talked about being a skeleton guy. He could literally just be a skeleton guy that came out of the mine one day.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
cool.
alive. I'm alive.
Just kind of vibing. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure he knows that too if you ever talk to him about it. But
okay, yeah, I will. Because
I
think he was under the impression for some reason that he wasn't allowed to be anything but a human. But yeah, I'll clear that up.
No, yeah,
what
no.
If,
that's the
I
thing
have
too.
an idea.
Tieflings are fine. Anything is fine.
Yeah.
I have an idea that's kind of funny.
So
So what if he was a skeleton that a long time ago wished for immortality somehow, some way, some shape or form, and the wish was by a genie, and the genie gave him immortality, his spirit would have immortal control over his body, but his body continued to grow old and eventually he rotted away in the fucking mine, like in a caved in part. But he's just sitting there as a skeleton now.
Skelly boy.
I mean, it would be like real immortality, but
in that instance, I would give him a magic item right off the bat that is just like a disguised self hat or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like he came into the town, spoke with the leaders of the town. They were like, you know what, we like you. You can stay. You have a good heart or something. And then, contacted the wizard, got an item, and can do whatever he wants with it,
Yeah. Dude, it's
like,
I'm a straight top hat. So it's a skeleton with a top hat. Whenever he doesn't have it active. That's his true form. That's his true form.
I want to be as open as possible to anything. It's like kind of within some parameters of a box just because of what the town is.
Yeah.
And like fitting along the lines of like, growing from point A to point B.
So I know Light, Sacred Flame, Word of Radiance, Bless, Cure Wounds, or Healing Word. I took both of them because Cure Wounds is touch, Healing Word is ranged. Okay, yeah. Taunt can hold his breath for an hour at a time. So Richard, I got a question.
Yeah.
You may even just be like, nah, you're good. But the hold breath feature, I can hold my breath for up to an hour at a time. In combat, I'm cool with that being reduced to like 30 minutes at a time or something. I know that's kind of long for a combat, but like if I'm doing strenuous
I mean, I think that's what I was going to say with strenuous activity. I feel like maybe he shortens it, or
maybe 10 minutes in constant strenuous activity.
Because I think it's more so like if it was like I can go without oxygen for an hour at a time is different than I can hold my breath for an hour at a time.
Yeah,
and
because
maybe even a situation. You see a situation where it's like, your character, your Constitution modifier is 3, so you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. But like if you're getting hit by things, you're letting out bubbles.
Yeah,
you'd make a Constitution check every time you get hit to determine how bad that affects you.
Yeah. So 10 minutes of
swimming through a tunnel, and then swimming through a tunnel, and you encounter octopuses.
Yeah, a giant octopus or something. All right, cool. Because I'm weird. I like to apply extra rules to my character. I'm weird like that.
No, I feel you. It's the same thing from time to time.
Or taunt shall rise again.
Yeah, I really do want Eli to play. Just kind of in terms of like
same.
Just in terms of having decent numbers every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I have a solid 3 in Ryan, Eli, and Tristan, and then even maybe Juice. Juice sounds like he's pretty available. And then if Tommy and Hunter kind of pop in and out every so often, then I need to do it. But I was gonna text Spencer too and see if he wants to get on it too.
I would love to see if Spencer could emerge once again.
Yeah.
He returns.
I mean, that's the thing. He had he wins the attendance award for my sessions that I played.
Yeah.
But I think he maybe only missed like 1 out of maybe 20 sessions that I ran.
Yeah.
And everybody else was missing more like 5 or 6.
I really liked playing with him.
Yeah.
He was a chill dude. All right. Well, I'm gonna close down the fucking Foundry now.
I think I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, it'd be bedtime. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off.
Yeah.
And try and go to sleep.
Yeah. Hey, you guys have a good night, though. I'll talk to you later.
See you,
You too, Tommy. Thanks for stopping by. All right, hey, that was a fun session, Tristan. Thank you.
Thanks, man. I'm happy that everyone got back into the swing of it, and I'm happy I got to use the coalition again. That was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, those flashbangs.
Yeah, the flashbangs are crazy.
Yeah, poor Eli. Rest in pieces.
Rest in pepperoni.
All right, good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
See you all soon.
Bye-bye.
That's a nat 1.